Hello, my fam. I am smiling so big right now because making this video is going to put me in the best mood. I know it because there's so much good stuff to talk about, and I need to be in a good mood because today started off so bad, and yesterday was pretty awful too. This morning, I woke up to somebody stealing my meals. This is the last few days that I'm getting my meal delivery. I ended on Sunday because then I'm just gonna be fending for myself, one of the many ways that I'm cutting costs. And around 6 a.m., because I saw it on my security camera footage, before I went to take the kids to school, some a-hole on a bicycle stole my cooler of food. To steal somebody's food, I hope it was a hungry person. I hope they really needed it. An old school mug from when I was on the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. And yesterday, I was triggered by a bad review that some Stern Show fan left for me on Cameo. I deliver 100% of the time on Cameo. This guy asked me to make a video and mention some Stern things and include "that's crazy" in it, and I did. And I thought it'd be fun to also be self-deprecating and bring up the fact that Howard doesn't want to book me on the show again. Well, the guy who sent in the request for the Cameo didn't like it. So instead of just saying, "Oh, I was expecting something else," or this or that, he left me a 1 out of 5-star anonymous review and eviscerated me and was awful and savage and unwarranted. I would have happily redone that Cameo to make this person happy because I want to make all of my Cameo customers happy. But no, Cameo has a functionality that lets you redo videos that have, I think, either a 4 or below star rating. And I did it over again. And I told him to basically go F himself. My sister told me not to share that video publicly, but I don't always listen to her. I did. And I felt better about things afterwards. And I got a lot of cameos too as a result. Thank you to everybody who ordered cameos yesterday. And if you want a personalized video greeting from me, you can book yours at cameo.com/Perez Hilton. I'm also in a good mood today, right now. I wasn't yesterday or this morning, but I have some really exciting news to share with you all. And I'll save it for later. I'll save it for later just to make sure you're paying attention. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do what I've been doing for a few days now, talk about traditional celebrities interspersed with new media celebrities. I'm talking Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star, Manny MUA, Tasha K, and more. But first, we need to start by addressing the elephant in the room. I'm talking about Khloe Kardashian. And I don't mean literal elephant in the room. I just meant in my world, this is such a big story. It was trending all day yesterday on Twitter. Khloe Kardashian took to Instagram story to share her truth, which is basically denying that she knew that Tristan Thompson's first baby mama was still with him while she was pregnant. She wrote several slides on IG story and said, "I'm disappointed that I even feel the need to post this, but I need to say my truth. Take it as you will. My truth is, I met Tristan because he chose to go on a blind date with me. A mutual friend set us up. After going on some dates, Tristan told me that he had an ex that was pregnant. Obviously, I was reluctant about us continuing to date or start a relationship. He pleaded with me that the relationship was over long before we met. Pause. Do you take us for fools? Khloe Kardashian. The relationship was long over before you even met? She was pregnant. It couldn't have been that long over. She goes on to say, he had me talk with his most inner circle. He showed me physical proof, correspondence between the two, and had me on calls with his lawyers to prove his point. If you need to talk to a new man's lawyer, that's a huge red flag right away. Not to mention the fact that he has a pregnant woman that's having his child. Coco continues, saying, his best friends, business associates, and even his mother told me him and his ex were broken up before we met. You know what, honey? You didn't even need to talk to any of those people. Did it ever occur to you, let me have a conversation with the pregnant woman. Let me take the pregnant woman's feelings into consideration. She's pregnant. Me dating the father of her unborn child may cause her emotional turmoil. It may be bad for her pregnancy, which guess what? It was. She went on to say, this is my truth, the truth that I believed and trusted. If for any reason this is not in fact the truth, I am so completely and utterly sorry that Tristan and his inner circle would lie on something like this. I pray my truth is in fact that. Lord knows I pray, but now I really don't know what to believe. Truthfully, from the deepest parts of my soul, I am sorry. I'm sorry for any pain that has been created either way. No woman deserves to go through anything like this. This is my truth. And I shared my thoughts on her truth, and it seemed like the overwhelming majority of social media agreed with me. And also wanted to remind Khloe about Trina and other instances where she's been involved in similar scenarios. Seems like Khloe's truth is as fake as her butt. And there's nothing wrong with her fake butt, okay? It's just stating a fact. Khloe Kardashian's booty is not real. If that makes her happy, more power to her. Well, just when you think things can't get any wilder and crazier, one of the other new revelations from all of these court documents that have kicked off Khloe Gate 3.0, or, this woman's been in so many dramas. It has been revealed, according to the testimony from his first baby mama, that Tristan Thompson paid her, Jordan Craig, to remain single. Over $100,000. Why, you ask? Maybe he wanted her to remain single in case things didn't work out with Khloe, and he was hoping he could go back to her like a dog. And the wildest, even wilder than all of that, despite everything we know about Tristan Thompson, despite the kind of man and father that he is, whom the first mother claims only saw his child 9 times in 2 years, there will be other women who will date him and even marry him. I send them all this flower. And you too. Actually, no, screw that. I send the flower to you. You deserve it more, my fam. In more Jenner news, Rob Kardashian is in some drama himself. He has been accused of copyright infringement. He launched this new apparel company called Halfway Dead and stole artwork from another company. But don't worry, Kris Jenner, I'm sure, orchestrated it all for controversy, for press, because all press is good press, and paid the other company to settle things quickly and move on. Kris Jenner works hard. You know, I saw some clips from the most recent episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and it really surprised me that Kendall Jenner is still on the show. It makes sense that all the other sisters are on the show, but I don't get why Kendall is still doing Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I wouldn't say that's good for her brand. Would you? She's supposed to be this high-end model, and she's on this trash TV show. All right, on to wacky news as well. More wacky news. I am talking about Jaclyn Hill. O to the M to the G. Jaclyn Hill said she was going to be releasing a video addressing everything that happened with her makeup launch, and that has not happened yet. What she has done is her company has released a very lengthy statement on their website addressing all of the issues. And I really feel dumb now with my initial take on everything Jaclyn Hill related. I had no idea the scope of the mess that this was. And I don't know if I believe everything they're saying. Jaclyn Hill's company is insisting and wants to let everybody know that all of the lipsticks and all of the products that you bought from her are safe and nothing is old. I did see this one old tweet of hers that was going viral, in which she spoke back in 2017, 2 years ago, about how her lipsticks were done and waiting to ship out. Well, hopefully those were destroyed. The website for her company claims that all of these new lipsticks were made and manufactured in May of this year, so last month. It'll be fascinating to know if this small company will be able to survive this. They must have taken a big hit with all of this, refunding people everything. Unfortunately, they're not refunding, and you have to pay for shipping. They are giving new products to people. All of these makeup launches are big lessons for all of these beauty influencers. You can make a lot of money on YouTube and being a beauty guru, but there's just an expectation that you're not going to sell crap to your fan base. And if you can't do that, don't do that. All right, in more wacky news, from Jaclyn Hill to Wendy Williams. Y'all, Wendy Williams' new boyfriend, who is half her age, nothing wrong with that, the 27-year-old, is a convicted violent felon. This guy has served time in North Carolina. He was previously convicted of robbery with a dangerous weapon and breaking and entering in 2013. He served 15 months for the two convictions. I get it. A girl's got needs. A girl wants to enjoy the single life. And I blame Black China. Black China introduced Wendy Williams to this guy. You should screen people thoroughly. But she seems to have had him checked out because Wendy knows of this guy's past and she has addressed it. In a run-in with a paparazzo, she said, quote, "I'm a 54-year-old grown-ass woman. I know what I'm doing." And she then really went there and said, "Look, my husband had a full baby with a woman he was involved with for 15 years, where I was cooped up only to be a show pony. Now I'm living my life. Mic drop. All right. Date as many convicted felons as you want. Date, all the bad men, if that's what makes you happy in this moment. But think long term. Is that going to make you happy in the long term? In more news that is wacky, not wacky, some of it is wacky. I talked about Jaclyn Hill a little bit ago. Jeffree Star, I want to send positive vibes his way. His dog died, and bizarrely, he lied to his fans that he was on vacation so that he could mourn. Why not just be honest with your fans and tell them that your dog died and you need to take a break from social media? I don't do that. I just don't, when my mom's had surgeries, I'll just have her ghost. Or when I can't talk about something, I just won't talk about it. But I won't lie about it. Whatevs. Maybe, I will say this in sincerity. It seemed like he was bereft, beside himself. And when you are mourning, I think any response is valid. Even if it's not the one I would make. I was positive there. All right. You guys, is this just me reading into things? But I think there may be something to it. After Jeffree Star let everybody know that his dog passed away, Jeffree Star's former friend turned enemy, Manny MUA, posted on Instagram, on his feed, a video of him and his dog. He captioned it, "Anyone's dog this needy or just mine?" And the dog was being a loving dog and licking him and being playful. Was that a subtweet or shade towards Jeffree Star? Because it sort of seems that way to me. Or not even shade. He just wanted people to think that so he could be talked about. In more wacky news, huge in the K-pop world, major drama. The leader, the main member of this boy band, iKon, actually it's not, I'm not sure if it's a boy band. It could be one of those mixed groups. I am not familiar with iKon. There's so many K-pop acts out there. But the story goes that this guy, B.I., was forced out of the group, iKon, because he was involved in some drug scandal. In 2016, allegedly, he didn't even buy it. He just was texting somebody trying to score LSD and marijuana. And as a result, he's no longer part of the group. They are employees. All of these K-pop acts, they are paid salary. They don't get a percentage of the earnings. It's not all as rosy as you would think it would be. However, if the rest of the group feels strongly that that guy should have still been a part of it, they could negotiate as a group and fight for him to stay in. But I don't think that'll happen. Do you? In more wacky news, so much wacky news today. Perpetual liar Tasha K, the YouTube gossip blogger, the one who not that long ago said that Wendy Williams is staying with her husband and also falsely said that Portia Williams' baby daddy is into animal and adult films, you know what I mean? She, as of the time I made this video, had her Instagram account banned. Listen, I'm not going to say anything else. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything else. In other news, that's just as wacky. I definitely talked about it on the podcast, I think, probably in a video as well, but the son of presidential candidate Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, 49 years old, after his older brother Beau passed away in 2015, Hunter started dating his widow, Hallie Biden. Well, news broke last month that Hallie and Hunter Biden broke up. News broke that they broke up last month, and now he got married. He got married to this South African woman named Melissa Cohen in Los Angeles. I didn't even know Hunter Biden lived in Los Angeles, or what his ties to LA are, or why he would get married here. But it was a quickie wedding. And I would say it's maybe not the best look for his dad. Couldn't he just date this woman? Why did he need to marry her now? In other news, what is going on in the Dominican Republic? So many people are dying there. It's scary. And that baseball player, David Ortiz, I believe is his name, got shot there recently. Now Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran claims that her brother passed away at the Hard Rock Hotel there in Punta Cana, and authorities are claiming that it was a heart attack, but she's not sure. She's dubious about that. Oy, oy, oy. I'm not saying don't visit the Dominican Republic, but something's going on. I'll have the link to that story and everything that I talk about down below so that you could read, see, or hear more. In more wacky news, I briefly mentioned Howard Stern earlier today when I was talking about that cameo gone wrong. Well, Robin Givens, if you're of a certain age, you remember her. She was on that sitcom Head of the Class, and she's done other things, and she was married to Mike Tyson. Well, Robin Givens dated Howard Stern for a while, and she called him a magnificent lover. That was her exact phrase, magnificent lover, despite the fact that he himself says he's extremely, very small endowed. Well, good on you, Howard. It's not about the size, it's about how you use it. But I need to know a number now. Has Howard ever given the number of how small he is? In more wacky news, Chris Pratt has been slammed for him and his now wife, Catherine, calling their wedding day the best day of their lives. He had been married before. He also has a child. Isn't the birth of your child the best day of your life? Or, I don't know, some other things the best day of your life? Or maybe when you were born, the best day of your life? I could definitely see how that is insensitive. Speaking of film stars, the New York Post ran the most ridiculous article about Brad Pitt. The headline I saw on Twitter was, Brad Pitt has been wearing the same outfit all week. Duh. He's doing that on purpose. He doesn't want the paparazzi to follow him. He may wear the same outfit that he's got 10 of for a month now. Hopefully it's different ones that he's got and not the same thing every day. Unless he's washing it every day. Or maybe you don't need to wash it every day. I don't know. But he does ride a motorcycle. And don't you get sweaty? All of the thoughts that go into my mind. Lindsay Lohan sat down with my friends Kyle and Jackie O in Australia. I think she called them, though, and had a chit-chat with them and talked about many different things. One of them was about Perez Hilton's recent diss about her, where she called her pathetic and this, that, and the other. Lindsay responded saying Nothing really makes me angry. I have no problems with anyone in my life, and I'm grateful for that. I'm a very loving person. I mean, if it's going to be good press for someone else, even in a negative way, then I'll pray for them. Loving this new Lindsay. Back on the child train for a minute. Mindy Kaling gave a new interview where she explains why she is choosing not to reveal the identity of her baby daughter's father. She says, quote, of her daughter, Catherine, "My feeling is that until I speak to my daughter about that, I'm not going to talk to anyone else about that." All right, that's solid. I believe that. In other news that is wacky, I forgot to add this, but then I'm like, don't forget to talk about that. So many people have been upset, like straight up upset, that Nike has debuted body diverse mannequins. And I think that's how, I wouldn't even call them plus size. I don't like that. I would say body diverse. You know, there are many different bodies out there, and Nike sells athleisure in all different sizes. Why shouldn't a diverse sized woman that's maybe not your sample size, why shouldn't she see herself represented? But so many people have been offended, saying that promotes obesity and this and that and the other. Snap out of it. Listen, I don't like the word fat phobia or the term fat phobia, but I dislike more all of the people criticizing Nike for what they're doing. I think it's awesome. All right, on to a couple of music items. Miley Cyrus has been accused of ripping off another artist. This time, it's over Miley's Fruit Erotica series. And the other artist claims that she has been doing that for a long time and has the receipts. And lo and behold, when you Google Fruit Erotica, this other woman, this other artist comes up, because I want to credit her. Her name is Stephanie Sarley, Sarley. Make sure you follow her on Instagram or wherever you're active. I don't know if she has a YouTube or a Facebook. All right. Other Miley Cyrus related news. She is apologizing for her insensitive comments back in 2017 about hip hop. She's apologizing again over them. Miley previously said that she kind of stopped messing around with hip hop because it's so misogynist and this, that, and the other. Let me find that old quote so that I don't misrepresent. She says, she went on to say, "I love the new Kendrick song, Humble. Show me something natural like blank with some stretch marks. I love that because it's not, come sit on my blank, suck on my blank. I can't listen to that anymore. That's what pushed me out of the hip hop scene a little. It was too much Lamborghini, got my Rolex, got a girl on my blank. I am so not that." Well, a lot of people were upset because Miley dipped in the hip hop world and profited off the hip hop world and then is exploiting and trashing the hip hop world. Now she, in response to a video on YouTube, I thought it was really cool. She was watching a YouTube video. Maybe Miley's watching this now. And actually, I had a thought about that whole Fruit Erotica thing. I don't even think Miley thought of that herself. It was probably her creative team that did that, and that was a major F up of her creative team. But Miley saw that YouTube video that somebody said talking about what went down. The video is titled, "Miley Cyrus is my problematic fave, sorry." And Miley wrote, "Being silent is not like me at all. I am aware of my platform and have always used it to the best way I know how and to shine a light on injustice. I want to start with saying I am sorry. I own the fact that saying this pushed me out of the hip-hop scene a little was insensitive, as it is a privilege to have the ability to dip in and out of the scene. There are decades of inequality that I am aware of, but still have a lot to learn about. Silence is a part of the problem, and I refuse to be quiet anymore. My words became a divider in a time where togetherness and unity is crucial. I cannot change what I said at that time, but I can say I am deeply sorry for the disconnect my words caused. Simply said, I effed up, and I sincerely apologize. I'm committed to using my voice for healing, change, and standing up for what's right. And you know what? I believe her. I think she's sincere. I think she's contrite. And I think she really cares. And I love that. All right, in more music-related news, today at 5 p.m., or it already happened depending on when you watch this, Taylor Swift is going to be making a big announcement directly to her fans on her Instagram Live at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. I'm expecting a couple of announcements, maybe the next single title and date, or the album title and date, or just info. I want another single ASAP. Okay? Give it to me. All right, in more music-related news, so amazing of her, Ariana Grande donated $300,000 of the proceeds from her concert in Atlanta to Planned Parenthood. If you don't recall, Georgia is one of the many states that recently passed anti-choice laws. Bravo to you, Miley Cyrus. Also, bravo to you, Jon Stewart, the former TV host, went to DC to champion for 9/11 first responders and eviscerated Congress. And the fact that so many members of Congress were absent from that hearing. It's such a powerful speech that he gave. If you haven't seen it, click the link down below to check it out. Also, TV star Jonathan Van Ness of Queer Eye has come out as non-binary, which I think is awesome. You don't have to be anything you don't want to be. And a lot of people were upset or didn't understand or weren't accepting of this. You don't have to. It's not for you, okay? It's for him, and this is how he identifies and how he feels comfortable. And my whole thing is, so long as it is not harmful to anybody else, then I'm all for it. Because as Rachel Dolezal, remember her, the white woman that was identifying as black for a long time, lying to people, that was hurtful to people. If you're not lying or being hurtful to anybody, identify as a potato if you want. It doesn't hurt me. I celebrate you. All right. Speaking of TV news, I need to thank you all for watching this long. You watching right now are my most loyal. I am very well aware that most people aren't going to watch a long video. They might watch 5, 10, 15 minutes if they have time. Maybe they'll come back and finish watching it later, which I highly encourage you all to do. Guess who may or may not be on the hills? Not on every episode, but on at least, well, no, just one episode. Guess who may be on one episode of The Hills? The new season premieres in a matter of days. If somebody is on there, oh my God. Un besito. Un besito. Un besito. If somebody is on there, I believe that person may not be on, will not be on until episode 2. I'm nervous about the hills. All right. In more Hills-related news, the cast has revealed that they're happy Lauren Conrad is not coming back for the reboot. Because she would have gotten most of the media attention. And you know what? I don't even care if this thing is scripted. I am rooting for these people. I want it to be a hit, and I will be watching, especially episode 2. I love you. I feel better. I feel much better. Making these videos is catharsis for me. You are fam to me. I love you, I love you, I love you. If you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Hit the like button, leave a comment, follow, subscribe, share, tell your friends, smash the like, do everything that you are doing already, and stay amazing. Living my life like I'm golden, golden. Living my life like I'm golden, golden.